trying. I just need space. It's nothing to worry about anyway.
Welcome back. This is the last time we'll be here in the future as Steven Universe Future is ending. After 7 years, this popular series has come to an end. As we say goodbye to Steven and the Crystal Gems, we'll be talking about the ending and its lasting impact. I'm here with Jonah and Zach to collect their thoughts and reminisce. Thank you guys for joining me, especially over this digital platform. So this series started in 2013. How long have you been a fan of our Special Gems?
I think I started watching it 2015, 2016. It was near the end of my high school career, and I had no idea what it was, and I started watching. I'm like, oh, this is like a nice, cute kid show. And then it evolved into a dramatic plot twist-filled show. I'm like, oh, all right,
it
cool.
reels you in with the cuteness, and then it's like war crimes.
Classic war.
Yeah, probably the same for me. I'm thinking maybe like 2014, maybe about a year after. I was probably more towards the beginning because I knew people who watched it from the beginning and probably told me about it. But as I watched it, I went on and off, took breaks from it, had to catch up in like 20 episode chunks.
Oh gosh, I wish I did that. I started it 3 years later and then just binge watched everything till 5 a.m. It's a good experience, great show to do that with though, but it has now ended, which is completely saddening. But what were your thoughts on the finale, and are you satisfied with it?
I'd say yeah. I mean, it's Steven Universe Future is such an interesting thing, which to my knowledge, no other like cartoon or shows have really done, where they said, hey, let's take a look at like the psychological effect of what being a hero does to a character. And they really went into it. Like Steven had a lot of stuff he had to get over and go through.
Yeah.
And I think just the fact like we had this whole series where we went into his psyche, and the ending was very interesting.
That was a reoccurring theme of them going into his psyche, which was cool because we always watch shows where there's kid heroes, and it's like, wow, I wish I was one of those. It was Steven.
Yeah, like, they look fine. They look like they're doing great. And meanwhile, it's like, they're in moral peril a lot.
This is a child who's on...
Yeah, that's definitely one of the biggest things with like Steven Universe is like, oh, he's a kid. You need to remember that at the end of the day. He's doing all these, like, again, war crimes and... like criminals and space adventures.
He didn't do the war crimes.
He didn't
His
do
mom, who's in
most of them. He might have done like one or two.
Just a few,
especially at the end there.
Take after mom a little bit.
Even with everything though, I really enjoyed the ending of Steven Universe and Steven Universe Future.
What do you think of Steven Universe Future, like exploring Steven's psyche and his growth as a young adult? Because not only did we watch a kid become a hero, we watched him grow up, which was this is the first cartoon show that I've seen that took their young character and watched as they grow, like actually had age progression happening.
Yeah, just look at the difference between something like Cookie Cat and then like later songs. It's like, oh, now you're singing about your depression, man. I feel that.
I mean, I can agree with that. Just the Cookie Cat analogy alone, especially seeing in the first episode and the final episode, is such a major change.
Yeah. And also, as we said, exploring a child's psyche is something that, why did Cartoon Network do it? But also, thank you for doing it.
I say Rebecca really knew what she was doing.
100.
Yeah. I think she, going into it, was like, okay, we have an opportunity here to make more Steven Universe content. Let's make it something like that is meaningful. Let's not just pump out more battles or unnecessary conflicts type thing.
So getting into the reasons why Steven's psyche is a bit messed up, Steven, spoiler, shattered Jasper. What are your thoughts on that? Like, how did you react when you saw that?
When I saw it, I went, oh my God. I literally just I paused the video, I stared at the screen, I was like, what? And then he like reformed her with the diamond's power, and I was like, okay, at least she's not dead and he's not a murderer.
But he definitely shattered a gem. Like, even his mom didn't do that.
Damaging.
Yeah, I mean, as you're watching the fight, you're like, "Ooh, this is getting a little much." But I'm sure they're gonna stop. Oh, and it really like shows like just like how bad it was getting for him.
Yeah. Oh God, poor kid. Let's go to a lighter thing. Which gem was your favorite? And this could be different. Which gem's story arc is your favorite?
Oh, that's a tough one.
I think Garnet is probably my favorite gem just because, gay romance, always a good time. And both Ruby and Sapphire, every time I saw them separated, like on screen, I love both of them and their personalities.
Mm-hmm.
Favorite gem story arc, I'd probably give to Pearl just because I feel like she had such a major development, especially with becoming her own person and kind of moving past feeling like Pink Diamond's friend, servant, whatever you want to call her, that relationship. So
I liked hers. I liked Amethyst. Amethyst was a weird.
I was just about to say my favorite gem is probably like Lapis.
Oh yeah.
I love her so much, but my favorite gem story arc would definitely be Amethyst. Like just
that was a very unique thing.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah, it's so much. It's like it's a complete character arc. It's just it's just watching a complete change in a character for the better, watching them grow.
Even when you watch her in the movie, Universe Future, when she loses her memory, even finding how she comes back from. I have a favorite. It's Amethyst. So what is your takeaway from Steven Universe as a series? And do you think it'll have a legacy?
I would say so. Cartoon Network initially only wanted like just zany adventures to be shown, like kids get into that. And Rebecca Sugar was like, "Hey, all right, cool. We're gonna tuck a little plot here. We're gonna tuck a little plot there, and then we're gonna blow up the plot later." And she's like, "Hey, here we are." I think Steven Universe executed its characters, its story arc, its epilogue, everything with like so fantastically, the music, that it's a show that you truly will look at and be like, wow, this got a lot of things right. And it certainly sticks in people's minds because of that.
Yeah, I definitely feel it is absolutely going to be remembered. It's absolutely going to be remembered for like years and years and years to come. I wouldn't put it past people to be showing this to their kids when they're young.
It gives good morals while still being a kid show.
Yeah, exactly. It gives messages like love yourself and be yourself, which is a very, very important message today. And it really, I feel Steven Universe is one of those shows that really gets across the right things.
Mm-hmm. Well, that beep you heard was the timer.
Okay.
So unfortunately, that is all the time we have. Thank you, Jonah and Zach, for talking with me today.
Thank you.
Steven Universe and the Crystal Gems may no longer be saving the day, but they'll always have a place in our hearts. Stay tuned for more, because up next, we're going to tell you the top 10 things to do in quarantine.